Visit ShaviZanesGuidance.com if you want to purchase any of the products that I have created. I have 6 different decks for you to choose from: Ancestors Money, Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, Dr. Francis Cresswell Singh, and Madam C.J. Walker. I also have the Spiritual Cleanse, where you can cleanse your energy every time you take a shower. It consists of frankincense, myrrh, Palo Santos, and sage. You can also order my miniature altars. You can get my book full of channeled messages, and order your Straight Outta Religion hats and t-shirts. You can also get a 15-minute, 30-minute, or 1-hour session over the phone with me where you can ask as many questions as you'd like. So definitely check out the description box as well as the comment section to book your services and to purchase your products. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Thank you all for joining me at this time. My name is Shavi Zane, and I'm coming on to bring a message for the chosen. If you find this resonates with you in any way, please be sure to like, subscribe, leave a comment below. Let us know how it resonates with your circumstance. You can check the comment section below for the link for my website to purchase my products, as well as the additional link to book your readings with me over the phone. So let's jump right in, y'all. I'm starting off with the Declare and Decree deck. Of course, you can get this deck off of my website. Whatever comes out, you want to write it down on paper and burn it. Give thanks to the Most High and your spiritual team for helping you to clear the blockage from your energy. So let's see. What blockage should you focus on clearing at this time? All right. So we're starting off with all self-doubt and self-sabotaging behavior patterns are now cleared from my energy and spirit and in flesh. This is the older deck, so the print is not as legible for the older decks, but now when you purchase, it will be all white letters, so it's far more legible. I'm going to hold it up for those of you that can see it and you want to screenshot it, but I will repeat it as well. Okay. Okay. So this says all self-doubt and self-sabotaging behavior patterns. So you're clearing out self-doubt and self-sabotaging behavior patterns are now cleared from my energy and spirit and in flesh. All self-doubt and self-sabotaging behavior patterns are now cleared from my energy and spirit and in flesh. All right, so I'm starting off with my IC Tarot deck. Of course, you can get this off my website now. I have restocked for those of you that want to purchase. I don't know what this dog is doing. So let's see. I am feeling much better. I appreciate those of you who have been sending me love and kind words to get rid of the cold. I'm feeling a lot better, okay? Like I was telling y'all before, the oregano oil and the fermented garlic has done wonders of like literally, you know, getting everything up, and my energy has been like through the roof today. So even though I'm still a little bit stuffy, I feel great. Far better today than yesterday. So let's see. What do you need to know at this time? All right, here we go. Page of Swords. Page of Swords. Y'all know I don't like this heifer here. Because it's somebody that's very nosy. And they could be watching you, feeling some type of way. Every time they see you, their face is frowned up. What is the problem? What's the problem? I mean, why we got to start it off like this, y'all? Let's see. The Knight of Pentacles. I feel like somebody is very disappointed because they see that you're still pressing forward. You're not giving up. You are gaining momentum. You are seeing results. Even if it seems like it's been slow, I feel like this person is mad because despite how slow things may move, or despite, you know, whether things are on a wave for you financially or when it comes to your business pursuits, this person doesn't like that you don't give up. You continue to nurture the seeds that you've planted. You continue to anticipate the harvest that is going to come. Okay, it has to come. That's universal law. You put forth the effort and the energy and you nurture it with love and intention. It's going to manifest itself into your life. It's going to show itself to you. So I feel like somebody is feeling some type of way because you're not giving up. Okay, and every time they check in on you, which they do often, this person could be very obsessed with you. They see that you're looking better than ever. You're feeling better. You know, you're just always doing better. Let me see. The Ace of Cups. I just feel like you're exuding love. You're just overflowing with self-love. You got beautiful things happening in your life here. Justice is in your favor. Okay, the scales are definitely balanced for you. Many of you have called judgment on your enemies and you are receiving justice. Okay, you have integrity. You're honest. You're loyal. You're just a good person. So of course the scales are going to balance out in your favor here. Let me see. The Fool. You're taking a leap of faith. Beautiful, new, brand new things are happening in your life. And I just feel like you're feeling higher than life. Like you are on cloud nine. You're just ready to face the world, to get out there, to, be courageous, be bold, to step into the unknown, see what else is out there, explore. There's just so much confidence in you now. Some of y'all have been working on your solar plexus and it's really paying off. Like you are fearless. You're fearless and you're not afraid to start again. You see what I'm saying? If you find that, okay, if certain things just did not work out in your life and you put forth a certain amount of effort or whatever, I feel like you're at a place now where you're so free and you're so trusting in the journey that you're not afraid to start from zero, okay, to jump out there and to see what else is, in this experience. You recognize you're a spirit having a human experience. And so there's nothing too big, nothing too, too much to conquer. You've already been through it all, done it all. I just feel like now you're just as light as a bird. And this is causing some people to feel some type of way. Yeah, because you're not weighed down. I just said you're as light as a bird. You're not weighed down with this type of energy anymore. If it's something that's too heavy and it's too burdensome, you are allowing it to burn. Let it burn, okay? You are no longer carrying burdensome energy. Yeah. See, I feel like this is the type of energy that you have released. Anybody that was sneaky, deceptive, liars, thieves, okay, that just wanted you for what you had, those types of people are out of your life, okay? You don't even want to congregate with these type of people. I feel like you're starting to come into union with a new circle of friends, but there's just this spark that is within you. There's this new spark, this new inspiration, this youthful energy that's just like, you're ready for whatever. You're ready to get out there and to start brand new. Look at that, the Chariot. I'm telling you, you know which direction you're headed into. You know that your spiritual team, they're guiding you here. Okay, let me clarify the Chariot. And I'm also going to clarify, all of the major arcana. So the Chariot, Justice, and the Fool. So let's see, what is the Chariot? So the Chariot is clarified by the Eight of Cups. Some of y'all are like, look, I'm out of here. Okay, you packed your bags. Maybe this could be literally for some of y'all, emotionally, whatever, however it stands. And you're out the door and you're smiling as you walk away. You're moving on, moving to a brand new beginning, very confident in where this thing is taking you here, excited to get out there and to move closer to your wish fulfillment. This is going to bring you a lot of joy and happiness here, turning away from the past and no longer being in that space of confusion or illusions. Like you see things very, very clearly. You know where you're headed. And even though you may be uncertain here, you are still taking the leap of faith and you're very excited to do so. You're very excited to turn away from things that was just so heavy, so burdensome. You're excited to turn away from false friendships and people that was just deceptive. So let me clarify the Fool card. Look at that. The Fool is clarified by the Three of Wands. I'm telling you, you're ready to go and explore. Your ships are coming in. You know your ships are coming in. Just past the horizons and right where the sky ends. It's out there on the ocean. I know my ships are coming in. Y'all know your ships are coming in. And I feel like you're waiting for the opportunity. You're waiting for the green light to jump. This is clarifying the Fool. You know it's time. Some of you could be going towards someone who is just as fearless, just as courageous, just as bold. And I feel like it's inspiring you. But I can definitely see lots of passion. You just know that there's greater things out here for you. So let me see. As far as the Justice card, what is justice? That's a lot of cards here. So justice is clarified by the Four of Cups reversed, the Knight of Swords, and the Star card. Okay? This is you. You've done the work to heal. You are no longer in that space of worry, stress, anxiety, overthinking situations. You have healed yourself. That's why you got so much yellow coming out with these cards. You're fearless, you're bold, you're courageous. You understand the power that you possess. And you're no longer sitting on opportunities here, just waiting for things to happen. No, this is you getting up and making it happen. Okay? No longer losing sleep at night, having anxiety, fearful of, closing out cycles and starting brand new. No, this is you saying, you know what? I have everything that it takes. You deserve to have those things that you have been praying for or calling in. And so with the justice card here being clarified by these cards, it just shows that yes, the scales now balance out in your favor. You get your wish fulfillment. You get your happily ever after. You get your soul tribe. Okay, emotional fulfillment here. You're protected. The Knight of Pentacles. Why? Because you put forth the effort. You didn't give up. Even when it seemed like nothing was moving and nothing was growing for you, you did not give up. You kept going. Look at that. See? This is clarifying the Knight of Pentacles. You go from the Knight of Pentacles to the King of Pentacles. Things are really getting ready to level up for you. All of that work and effort that you put in was not in vain. You've been planting seeds for a long time. And for a long time, you might not have seen any growth. You probably was wondering, like, where is it going to come from? What is happening? And maybe that's what had you stressed out for some time. Overthinking and just being very discontent and dissatisfied. Just feeling like nothing was moving. But now it's something that shifted within you. I got to tap in and see what changed. Because this is a massive level up here. To go from the Knight of Pentacles to the King of Pentacles. But ultimately, that's what happens. The Knight of Pentacles is the one out of all of the knights. The Knight is the one that's going to keep pushing, keep persevering. The Knight is the one that lays foundations that are going to be stable. Okay, so they don't rush it. They move at a pace that is comfortable for them, but they're consistent with it. They're persistent with it. And there's a sense of mastery that's happening during that time of cultivation and putting forth the effort. And so obviously this King of Pentacles is the next level up. It's what you've earned. It's what you deserve, to sit comfortably on your throne, to be dressed in the best of threads, to be confident, everything about this person exudes confidence and says, I deserve everything that I have here, which you do. You've earned this. Let me see what triggered this change within you. Wow, look at that. I'm cutting the deck at the Queen of Pentacles, y'all. The Queen of Pentacles. We just pulled the King of Pentacles. Okay? King and Queen of Pentacles. Some of y'all could be coming into union with someone else who has also been on the same frequency. They've been putting forth the effort, and now this is a divine union, a power couple coming together. The King of Pentacles and Queen of Pentacles comes together to build the Ten of Pentacles, which is long-term wealth and success. Okay? But let's just see what changed. Look, that. Damn, y'all. The Emperor. I'm just cutting the deck as I'm shuffling. You've leveled up big time. Okay, I'm strongly picking up for many of you out there. This is a masculine that's not playing no games. This is a divine masculine who has put forth the work. Okay, so for divine feminines out there, I'm not taking anything away from you, because this could also indicate that maybe you're stepping into your power. Maybe this is you balancing out your masculine energy and no longer being too passive, but now asserting yourself and taking the steering wheel of your life and making things happen. But I'm really picking up strong masculine energy, that you divine masculines out there, y'all are making things happen. Let me see. So I'm going to take a card. What changed? The Moon is here. Look at that. And I did all that shuffling just for the Emperor to end up right back at the bottom of the deck. So apparently it's meant to be here. The Moon just shows that I feel like you're comfortable with not knowing everything, right? There's this energy of tapping in and feeling your way through. Let me clarify. I want to clarify the Moon. What is the Moon? The Five of Cups. Yeah, I feel like you started to address some things here that was hidden, that maybe you had suppressed within yourself, or you tried to ignore for a time. You tried to push it into the darkness. Maybe there were certain emotions that needed to be addressed here. And yeah, there's some balance that needed to be restored. Maybe you found yourself keeping yourself very busy to avoid having to think about certain things. But let me see. Yeah, you decided it's time to move forward here. It's time to move towards calmer waters and to no longer be internally conflicted about change. Okay, you embrace change, you embrace the unknown. And I feel like for some of you, yeah, you release certain things that you kept juggling, that you kept holding on to. It could be people, it could be belief systems, thoughts, okay, certain patterns. Look at that. Four of Wands is at the bottom of the deck here. I mean, that makes sense because you have the Three of Wands. So that only makes sense that the Four of Wands will come out, because this is you looking forward to that brand new beginning. Okay, knowing that great things are out there for you. Three of Wands to the Four of Wands. It's like something greater, new opportunities, things that are worthy of celebration. Some of y'all are expecting that you're going to have a new home somewhere that's your comfort, okay? Look at that. I got the Lovers here. So for some of y'all are going to come into union, because we already had the King of Pentacles and the Queen of Pentacles. Some of y'all are getting ready to come into union with your divine partner. The stars have aligned for this to happen in your life, okay? Seven of Cups is here. I feel like those days of being confused, trying to figure out, okay, who's who, what's what, which way should I go? I feel like those days are coming to a close. Look at that. The moon is here yet again. Let me see. Look at that. I told y'all the Ten of Pentacles was somewhere around the corner because I saw the King and Queen of Pentacles. This is royalty. This is long-term wealth. This is generational wealth. Okay? This is leveling up, leaving a legacy for your offspring. This is a power couple, without a doubt. I feel like some of y'all was in the dark because you didn't know how certain things was going to unfold in your life here. And there was a lot of fear surrounding what you could not see, what you did not know. And I feel like it had you in your head, overthinking things, worried that things were not moving and that you wasn't seeing growth. But y'all have been taking the initiative to make things happen. You decided you're not playing around. Okay, the High Priestess is here. We have the Hierophant at the bottom of the deck. I just feel like y'all have been doing a lot of spiritual work. It could literally be a High Priestess and a Hierophant coming together. Two people who are very spiritual, who have taken their own pathway, but somehow it just works. Somehow the wisdom that they have acquired just emerges and it works perfectly here. My children are really tripping tonight. But with the Three of Cups here, let me clarify the Three of Cups because it's come out twice. Let me see. Yeah, the Hermit, and the Ten of Wands. I feel like you release certain false friendships because, see, came out in the upright and in the reverse. Of course, when you purchase these decks, you're only going to get one of each card. But I mix my decks because I love using them. But I can definitely see a lot of you all decided to go into hermit mode, to really do some self-reflecting, to just pretty much go into solitude. Like you didn't need any false friendships around you or people just distracting you that was just pulling on your energy. So I feel like you found that it was too burdensome, and you've actually found that you're far lighter, you're far more productive in solitude when you don't have all of these other distractions around, just pulling on your energy. So yeah, because you found discontentment with it anyway. You wasn't satisfied anymore. And so there's a lot of changes. Certain cycles have definitely been put to rest here. New beginnings are happening in your life. Yeah, you let go of the false Queen of Pentacles in the reverse, or King of Pentacles in the reverse. Those are people that could be money hungry, very greedy, very selfish. They don't give back. They just take, all about themselves. I feel like you made a decision to let go of those types of people, regardless of what position they played in your life. You're no longer allowing them to pull on you or to weigh you down or to put everything off onto you. So there's a light energy that you are exuding here. You're high vibrational. I feel like you're very happy. There's a sense of freedom that's coming through here. Let me see. I'm going to pull from a different deck. I feel like there's a sense of discovery. You're starting to discover that whatever blockages you thought you had or whatever illusions were in front of you, that's no longer, it's not even real. And it's kind of interesting because I was in a car with my son the other day, and we was talking about spirituality, because sometimes I try to just really drop jewels on him when I feel like it's the right time. I don't like to overload him, but when there's a sense of curiosity, when I find that he's engaging, that's when I really, go in. So on this particular day, we was talking, and he asked me, he was like, "Well, Ma, how do you know that, how did you know when you started pulling cards that it was going to be accurate?" And so I told him a scenario that I had years ago when I was living in the hotel with my children out in Virginia. And my son wasn't with me. This is my oldest son. He stayed with his father. My other five are by my ex-husband. And so I told him one day, as I was in the room, I created my own deck, handwritten deck. Today, that deck is now the Heal Yourself deck, but at that time, it was a handwritten deck that I made specifically for myself. And I was shuffling, and I was asking my spiritual team, well, why am I so shy? Okay, because I was shy up until well into my early 30s, or at least about 30. And out of 75 cards in the deck, the only card that came through was the card that spoke about shyness. And at that point, I knew that words have vibration, and whatever, if I seek something, it must find its way to me. If I am seeking an answer, it must show itself to me, especially if I have tools in front of me that can give me a direct answer right then and there, which the cards are a tool of communication to give a direct answer right then and there. So I told him as we was driving on the expressway, I said, all right, we're going to test this out. I want you to think of a question in your mind, and that answer has to find its way to you at some point on our journey home today. I want you to look at billboards. I want you to look at license plates. I want you to listen out for what your siblings are saying in the backseat, whatever comes in a song. Just listen out, because the answer must find its way to you, because you have made it and you've put the intention out there that you are seeking the answer. So the answer is also seeking you. So within less than 2 minutes, his question, I said, well, what is your question? He says, I just want to know how I can be a better artist, because he loves to do the animations and things like that. So I said, okay, well, take a look around. Less than 2 minutes later, there was a huge billboard on his side of the expressway, and it said, "Make yourself comfortable." Automatic. Automatic was written right up underneath the sentence in bold letters. Make yourself comfortable. Automatic. And I says, he read it, and he was stumped. Like, he just was holding his head. And I'm like, what's going on? He was like, that's crazy, because he said he had been watching YouTube videos, and every professional artist gave that same statement. Just get comfortable with your drawings or your art, and it's going to automatically come to you. And he couldn't believe that the answer showed up so fast, and it was so clear that he could not deny that, yes, energy is real. What you think is real. What you desire to call in, if you are seeking an answer, it must reveal itself to you. And so I was so happy that my spiritual team made that so plain to him. Because, see, of course, you have two different sides of the family, right? He has myself, he has his father, who was mainly raised a particular way under a certain religious belief system. And so there's certain things that he teaches him versus things that I'm teaching him. And it can create a little bit of opposing forces just off the strength that one is more restrictive while the other invites him to explore, to expand, to think outside of the box, and to also go against the narratives of society that says this is right, this is wrong, this is wicked, this is good, right? And so it showed itself to him in less than 2 minutes, and it was plain as day, where he could not deny it. The Most High Mother and Father is good. Our spiritual team, they're great, they're good. All of them are ensuring that our babies, when we are teaching our babies the truth out here, and we are preparing them for generational wisdom, Okay, not just generational wealth, but generational wisdom, because the wisdom is what attracts the wealth. It's what keeps the wealth going, because they're going to pass that wisdom down to their offspring. But a lot of times, because we still have that human component, we need to see physical evidence sometimes to show us. And I was so happy that it showed itself. I'm talking about in less than 2 minutes, y'all. Plain as day. So I say that to say, many of you, look at that at the bottom of the deck, it says enlightenment. Many of you are seeing things very, very clearly. Your spiritual team is making sure that if you had any doubt in your mind about particular things in your life, or taking a leap of faith, or moving towards new business ventures, or towards new people, you are gaining the clarity where it's like there's no room for doubt, there's no room for confusion. You don't even have to stress about it. They've made it so plain to you in supernatural ways, to the point where the average person, they can come and say, oh, I don't think that's the right way to go, but you know, based on all of these experiences, that's so spiritual that it's like you're very, very clear. You're very clear. So I have the card of intuition. See, I told y'all you tapped in. Okay? Your intuition is telling you everything that you need to know. And this is why bottom of the deck says flow. You're able to go with the flow. You're not afraid. You're not worried. You're not in opposition to the changes that's happening in your life. You are embracing them like, you know what? I'm good. I know exactly where this is taking me. And that's a beautiful thing. Okay? And see, it says take inspired action. This is why they're giving you these messages, because with the clarity now, it's like you can take inspired action. You feel inspired, you feel passionate, you feel the sense of just elevation, elation. I think that's the word that I was really looking for. But you just feel so excited to take action now, because it's like, yes, I told y'all you've been working on your solar plexus is right here. Okay, and if you haven't been working on your solar plexus, this is the time to be very intentional about balancing your solar plexus, okay? Like I always tell y'all, if you need a personal reading, and if you need to know, well, what's holding you back, what's stopping you from getting to the next level, we can dive deep and tap in, okay? Any subject matter, it doesn't matter, but specifically for this, I strongly suggest that y'all tap in, because we are closing out year 9. And as I've said in previous messages, this is the time to gain the clarity. If you feel like you're still in the dark about particular things, and you're having a hard time receiving that reception, to receive those messages directly yourself, I can help you to understand, well, what is the blockage that's preventing you from receiving these messages directly? What can you do to clear those blockages? And what's the next step? Okay, so let's see. That's too many cards. But I want to clarify the solar plexus. So you have the card of balance. See, it's all about balancing out that solar plexus, y'all. I'm telling you, this is what allows the scales to balance out in your favor as well. Okay, internal peace, balance, going with the flow. You have all the tools that you need to alchemize and transmute energy. You are the alchemist. Balancing out your solar plexus is going to really align you there. So then you have take a breath. So some of y'all, you've been overthinking, okay? Dealing with a little bit of anxiety. Like I said, overthinking situations, they want you to just, even if your nose is a little stuffy like mine, still do it. It helps you to get back into the moment and remind yourself that nothing else exists except for right now, this moment right here. You see what I'm saying? So that you're not overly fixated on what if, what will, when will, and you're not overly fixated on what did, what had, who did. Okay, you're not going too far into the past, too far into the future. You're staying right here in the present moment. Sometimes that's what you have to do to get back centered when it's a whole lot happening around you and you're uncertain of where you're headed. So don't forget to balance yourself out during this transitional period. You have abundance that's coming towards you. I told you those seeds that you have planted have not been in vain. This is an overflow harvest, and you're going to see this harvest in due season. See, it says opportunity beckons. So you don't want to sit on these opportunities. They're calling you to take action, take inspired action. Okay, see, this says expect powerful change. Beautiful things are getting ready to happen in your life, and it's going to be powerful. It's going to be unexpected. It's going to be, I feel like many of you are going to be very emotional, very in a very good way, very happy, just very excited about the next level up that's happening in your life. So I'm going to pull from my Diary of Spiritual Black Sheep deck. After this, I'm going to get a card to pull from my book, and we're going to close out here. Okay, so they gave me 2 cards. Of course, you can get this deck off of my website, y'all. Of course, I forgot to mention that. You can get this off my website. It's full of channeled messages, okay? So it helps to give you direct answers. So it gives you direct answers to whatever it is you need to know in the moment. So this says, okay, it says, your spiritual journey requires commitment in spite of the hurdles cast before you. There has been great growth within you because you have stayed in the present moment while going with the flow of necessary changes. Focusing on the present moment has brought balance and internal peace, allowing you to blossom like a rose. Not only have you grown, but you've also stopped to smell the roses, which reflects true love for the journey. Exactly what I've been saying. And then the other one says there are people around who have kept themselves boxed into a traditional belief system. You clearly see the lack of grounded energy and stability within their life. Your mind is made up, and now you comfortably press forward, moving out of the old ways of the past and outwardly expressing your truth. That's why my spiritual team pulled me to speak about what happened with my son. Because there's going to be a lot of people that's like, you know what? Even though they're pushing this particular narrative and they're saying this is the path that you should take, you're going to start to observe their life. You're going to observe their emotions, how they move. You're going to observe the fact that a lot of these people are not growing. Their life has not changed much. Matter of fact, they seem miserable, and when you start to really look at it from that perspective, and you look on the other side and you see, okay, well, those who have decided to take the road less traveled, those who have decided to pave their own path and to be fearless and courageous, they're growing, they're blossoming, they're thriving. It's a no-brainer, but it requires awakening. It requires for supernatural experiences to show themselves to you so that you can recognize that, yeah, this is far greater than what you was taught. Okay? It's far bigger. So this is really, really good. So let me take a card so that I can get a message from my book, y'all. Let's see. Hopefully my book is up here because I don't see it. Oh, okay, it's here. Okay, so I have the number 5. So this says spilled milk. Spilled milk. Don't sweat the small stuff. Leave it in the past. It's over. Cannot be changed. Okay, let it go. Let it go. If the milk is spilled, let it go. Okay, you don't want that damn milk anyway. You want you some oat milk, some almond milk. Okay, you don't want that damn cow's milk. Let it spill. It's no longer useful for you. No longer useful. So message 5, I'm pulling from my book, Guided Light. It's full of channel messages. It's not meant to be read from front to back. It's meant for you to open it and turn to whatever page you feel guided to turn to. In the back of the book, there's 56 random messages to choose from. So if there's a specific number, such as number 5, that stands out, you turn to that particular message and you read. So let's see. Random message 5. So this says, you are now fully operating from a higher state of consciousness. Your awareness of life has provided you with clarity about the people you once allowed to influence you. Like a bird that finally breaks free from its cage, you are moving forward, with everyone watching, aware that their attempts to manipulate you have failed. They are frustrated and disordered in their energy because they can no longer use you as a means of control and drag you down with them. You have shifted your focus away from them, and all they can do is observe you as you rise and pursue your true path. Keep soaring as you deepen your understanding of your newfound freedom. That's it, and that's all. So I hope this message brought you all clarity. Like, subscribe, leave a comment below. Make sure you hype me up if you found that this brought you some clarity, and I'll talk to y'all soon.